What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video, we're going to be going over who's going to win the light heavyweight interim strap between Oleksandr Gvozdyk and David Benavidez. This is a prediction video.
All right, the teams, please. Wait, don't go anywhere. Don't go.
All right, guys, I just started doing these prediction videos, so I'll still have to forewarn everyone who's new to my channel. I am an unbiased YouTuber who solely makes videos around my favorite sport, boxing. You're not gonna come here and see one-sided opinions. I'm never gonna bash a fighter. You'll never hear me call a fighter trash, none of that. But answering to a lot of commenters over the last few weeks, these prediction videos have been brought upon because of you guys. You've been asking me to do it in our Boxing News Today group on Facebook and on this channel. So here we go. What I'm gonna do is break down both fighters, give you guys a little bit of information of what to expect going into the fight this weekend in Las Vegas, and stay tuned until the end because that's where I'm gonna tell you where I'm putting my money on who's gonna win the fight. Firstly, let's talk about the Ukrainian Oleksandr Gvozdyk. A lot of you guys might be unaware, but he's part of the golden era of Ukrainian boxing. He was on that 2012 Olympic team with Vasily Lomachenko, Alexander Usyk, to name a few. He's also a former world champion at light heavyweight. This is his natural weight class. When you think about Gvozdyk, you think about a guy who's only had one defeat. Before that defeat, I want to mention the fight that made him a world champion. He defeated the once untouchable Adonis Stevenson. Stevenson was the Canadian light heavyweight who had a very illustrious reign at light heavyweight, years under his belt. And then came along Gvozdyk. Gvozdyk knocks him out and also retired him. Adonis Stevenson went into a medically induced coma, and he was never the same guy and never fought again. Now, boxing is a brutal sport, and we know this. Gvozdyk has faced some of his own personal health issues, and he's retired once before. His only loss was to Artur Beterbiev. It was a brutal 10-round rock-and-bout war in which Gvozdyk was dropped 3 times. Beterbiev, we know, is undefeated with that 100% knockout to win ratio, so we know Gvozdyk lost that fight. This led him to retiring himself. He had his own health issues. He had a stroke. Years passed, but he came back, and he's put together a tiny little win streak, and he's on the cusp of becoming the interim world light heavyweight champion. Now, when we look at the odds, Sportsbook, the betting agent down here in Australia, has Gvozdyk at a 6-1 underdog for a reason. Now let's take a closer look at David Benavidez. Guys, we know Benavidez. He was reigning over the super middleweight division. He's been asking for that Canelo fight for years, and in his own words, he said he was tired of waiting. He wanted to write his own legacy, so he moves up to light heavyweight. This is his first fight at this weight class. We've never seen what he looks like wearing this much weight in a fight. We know that he was killing himself to make 168. We know that he's 28-0 with 24 knockouts. His hand speed, his skill set, his grit, he'll stand right in front of you and throw bombs. What we don't know is, will all of those aforementioned skills, those factors, those mechanisms that Benavidez has used to create an undefeated career thus far, will all of that work against the light heavyweight Gvozdyk? Only time will tell. Vegas has him as a huge favorite. Today in an interview, he was talking about how he's not just gonna be a one and done. He's gonna beat Gvozdyk, become the interim light heavyweight champion, and then challenge the winner of Beterbiev and Bivol. He said he wants to stay there and clean out that division. Only time will tell to see if his goals come to fruition. When you look at both fighters side by side, when we talk about ring experience, when we talk about weight class experience, we have to give that side to Gvozdyk. He is 37 years old. Benavidez is 27 years old. We know that Benavidez is just now entering his physical prime, and the sky's the limit. With a 37-year-old light heavyweight, it's safe to say we've seen his top side. We know what his full potential looks like. When you talk about the mindset as well from Gvozdyk, he has to think if he beats Benavidez, he's in line to face the winner between Beterbiev and Bivol. And I just have to bring this up, but do you think Gvozdyk really wants to fight Beterbiev again, assuming Beterbiev beats Bivol? Not to say that that'll come into sort of play with my prediction, but these are questions that we must have to ask when we're thinking about potential matchups. Another thing we have to think about is the mindset of Benavidez coming in. All the lights are going to be on him. He is the co-main event, so the show isn't all about him, but he has to feel the pressure of a new weight class, constantly calling out Canelo. With that will come haters, but with that will come love. And he predicts he's going to knock out Gvozdyk. When we look at the odds, when I make my prediction, I have to go with the younger fighter. I have to go with momentum. You have to think the career trajectories, if we're thinking about statistics, one will go this way, one has kind of gone this way and down. I don't see a bell curve at this time in Benavidez's career. I still see that rocket shooting straight up. I expect him to get Gvozdyk out of there late. I'm actually going to give you a prediction of a knockout. I think Benavidez beats him via knockout. I think he's going to go in there with something to prove. Gvozdyk will be tough for those early to mid rounds, and I just think he'll fade, and Benavidez will get him out of there probably 9th through the 12th. I want you to hold me to that. I want to know what you guys think. You don't have to agree with me. That's what my channel is for. Let me know in the comment section below. Who do you like? Is the 6-1 underdog Gvozdyk going to come out on top? Or is the up-and-comer Benavidez the newly minted light heavyweight? Will he be the new light heavyweight interim champion? Let me know all that in the comment section below.